Hello, Zitando Sanbonani lovers. It's me, Sister Love, back on your screens. Welcome back to another edition of Wellness Wednesday. So, today I'm just going to be discussing briefly, hopefully, I don't know. I always say briefly and then I end up going over time. I'm going to be discussing safe spaces, especially for a queer black woman. So, when I was young, I think I was around 17 or so, I discovered that there was a place called Open Closet. So I thought Open Closet was an actual space. I did not realize that it was an events company that was doing events for lesbian women or queer women or allies. But as far as I remember, it was mostly black women who are queer. So I'll just use that term so that it encompasses everybody. I remember going to my first OC, which is Open Closet event, which was in Roxy's at the time in Melville. And I went with an ex-girlfriend of mine, and it was 2009. I was 19 years old, and we started off at her friend's place, got the drinks on, and then went to the club, Roxy's, and it was fantabulous. The atmosphere, the vibe. I was surrounded by so many lesbian women of different shapes, sizes. Yo, guys, I remember just being feeling like, oh my gosh, what is happening? I was so excited. I think that was the night I like made out with a lot of people. But anyways, it was a great experience and it felt so good to be able to hold hands, kiss, do all the things that we would love to do in public without anyone, looking at us aghast or looking or moving away quickly or just, that general feeling of being unwelcomed. So for me, safe spaces are so important. Open Closet was around for many, many years. They would have events every other month or so. Pride after parties where I usually would go to the ones from Open Closet, Roxy specifically, because they were just awesome. Eventually, there was movement and so on. Now, what is quite a queer-friendly space is Melville Liquid Blue, and when we go there, we see a lot of gay people and you just feel at home and feel at ease because you're just seeing queer life at night and it's amazing. Another space that I really, really, really enjoyed was in 2019 when I attended the Queer Cookout Johannesburg. It was absolutely spectacular. What stood out for me at the Queer Cookout Johannesburg in 2019 was how intentional the space was, how everything was thought out, how they made sure that they asked people to declare if they did not want to be on camera, people to declare if they did not want to be outed, people to declare like it was a very very safe space. I mean, when we're talking safe space, we were talking about we discussed not misgendering anyone, pronouns were discussed as introductions of everyone, and it was just an incredible space. And that actually made me decide that I wanted to use my own space as a safe space. And then in 2020 I was going to launch these sleepovers with different women or non-binary people, and we would just hang out, drink, eat, and just converse. Unfortunately, COVID-19 happened, and I only managed to have one sleepover, and it was a success, but I never got to have any more. And then for me, safe spaces are spaces where I know that if I were to go with my girlfriend, I would feel comfortable kissing her. I would feel comfortable holding her. I would feel comfortable being intimate with my person without feeling like I'm making anyone feel some type of way. So safe spaces are very, very important because often we create safe spaces in our own homes, but then we don't feel safe when we step out of the house. So for me, it's such an important and a big deal. And I remember when I was in varsity, I used to go to Gala, which is the Gay and Lesbian Archives, which was in Wits. I'm not sure if it's still there at the Wits Museum in that UFO building. And I'd go there and you just chill. It's a library. There's books on queer culture. There are DVDs you can take out. There's all sorts of material that you can really get lost in if you are so inclined. So for me, safe spaces are such an important part of our community, because oftentimes you'll find that people are in the closet to their family, but they've come out to their friends, and you just need that space where you can just be free and you don't need to worry. Although some people then choose not to associate with other LGBTQIA plus people because they feel like that will automatically out them, which is okay. I mean, we all at different states and different, bleh, we are all at different parts of our journey. And so, whichever part of the journey you're on, it's all up to you. But I really, really advocate for more safe spaces for LGBTQIA plus community, places where a person will not fear for their life. But I really, really, really do advocate and do believe in safe spaces that are created by the very queer people that belong to that space. So I'm so, so incredibly privileged and lucky to live in a city that has so many options when it comes to such things, and people just doing the most when it comes to creating safe spaces. I mean, was the Waffle Bar, which was also around in 2019. The Waffle Bar was just became my hangout spot where Shubi would just make you feel like you're at home. You wouldn't even want to leave. I remember after Pride, after Joburg Pride in 2019, we all like congregated there, and literally she closed the shop, and then we were like, we're not going anywhere. And Six Band Events is doing the absolute most in terms of creating experiences for the LGBTQIA community. Six Band Events is doing the absolute most. I believe that I shared a video of the festival, which the queer festival, the Rock the City Queer Festival, where I personally feel super safe and like I can just let out all the flamboyance inside of me. So let me not forget, and Chic the restaurant, stroke bar. Other than that, I really, really, really do think that we need more safe spaces. We need more spaces and um, places where LGBTQIA plus community can feel at home and feel safe and feel not judged and feel like they can be without having to perform in any way. So that's all I'm going to say. Do you know of any safe spaces in your area? What are they? I know. Comment down below on where you feel the most safe as a queer person. Where do you think we can improve in terms of creating more safe spaces? Do you feel that there's a need for spaces created solely for queer people? Otherwise, from me, Sister Love, to you, lovers, bye.